This man swims a lot, but how good is his swimming? Does he swim at an Olympic pace, an average pace, or is he just a hopeless floater? Well, we can find out. By placing a beacon exactly 100 meters away, we can time how fast the man swims. Ready? Go! And time. Wow, that's 17.32 seconds. Well done. Now, how fast is that? Well, our man here does the breaststroke, and the current world record for a 100-meter breaststroke is 57 seconds. So, holy shit. That means that our man here swims 3 times faster than the current world record holder. Is this guy just part fish? Well, we recorded his magnificent 100-meter swim time into the spreadsheet. And then we used that time to find the man's swim speed in meters per second, kilometers per hour, and of course, miles per hour for the Americans. And you can see that he swims at a pace of 5.8 meters per second, or 21 kilometers per hour, or 13 miles per hour. That's insane. That's almost as fast as a shark. Now, this speed was just the man without any flippers. He's effectively naked. So I also tested his 100-meter time with the 3 different types of flippers or fins available in the game, which you can see here. For the most part, these fins increase his speed by a pretty significant amount. And you can take a look here in our spreadsheet. But of course, it isn't just speed increases. Carrying certain items can also hinder the speed of Subnautica Man here. And no, I don't mean carrying pockets full of lead. Apparently, even with a lead-filled inventory, the man goes exactly the same speed. No, I'm talking about oxygen tank. Equipping an oxygen tank slows the man down, and each oxygen tank reduces the man's speed by a different amount. And here we recorded his 100-meter swim with each of the 4 oxygen tanks available, resulting in these swim speeds here. Now additionally, I tested to see the difference between holding a tool, holding an item, wearing the reinforced dive suit, and holding an ultra-high capacity oxygen tank in our inventory. And apparently, both fish and tools slow down the player by the exact same amount, leading us to infer that fish are also tools. Sure, why not? And here are the results. Okay, and that does it for all the items that change the man's swim speed. But while I was researching the man's swim speed, I had one other question. What is the absolute slowest speed we can make the man go? For this, we need to gather every item that slows the man down. This means a reinforced dive suit, a tool, an ultra-high capacity oxygen tank equipped, and 4 more ultra-high capacity oxygen tanks placed in our inventory. And then, of course, we need to get rid of the flippers. Okay, now we can check how slow the man can swim. Ready? Go! Wow. Wow. This is unbearable. Okay, for you, my wonderful viewers, I'm gonna speed this up a bit, okay? Because this is way too slow. No one's gonna watch this for however long this is gonna take. I can't even believe this is possible to go this slow. Who'd ever do this? This is terrible. And finish! Great. So, with all this weight on him, the man was able to swim 100 meters in 2 minutes and 13 seconds, which means that he swam 0.8 meters per second at 3 kilometers per hour. You might think that's absolutely terrible, and I guess for Subnautica Man it is. But I should point out that the average person can swim a 100-meter breaststroke in only about 1 minute and 40 seconds. So this 2 minutes and 13 seconds is actually more human than the normal swim speed of the Subnautica Man. Okay, and that does it for the man's swim speed. But the man also walks on the surface. And so we also wanted to know how fast the man could walk and run. So we put him on some platforms and had him both run and walk for 100 meters, which resulted in a pretty average pace of 14 seconds for running and 28 seconds for walking. That's actually pretty consistent for the average person. Okay, now that does it for the man. But what about the Seaglide? Well, measuring the speed for the Seaglide, we can see that it does a 100-meter swim in 9.25 seconds. Strangely, the fins don't actually increase the speed at all while using a Seaglide. However, wearing oxygen tanks does decrease the speed, but just barely. significantly less so than a Seaglideless swim. But now we come to the reinforced dive suit. Now, the reinforced dive suit works strangely with the Seaglide, as wearing the suit not only decreases speed by the same amount as wearing it without a Seaglide, but while wearing the suit, the speed decreases for the oxygen tanks are also the same as when you are not using a Seaglide. Does that make sense? Please refer to this chart for further explanation. So of course, we also tested the speed for the Seaglide while equipping the oxygen tanks and a reinforced dive suit. And we saw swim speeds significantly decreased, as you can see here. Now, of course, we also attempted to make the slowest possible Seaglide build, which means we equip a reinforced dive suit, an ultra-high capacity oxygen tank, and unfortunately, since we're already holding a Seaglide, we can only have 3 ultra-high capacity tanks in our inventory. All right, now, let's swim. All right, wow. Yeah, this is significantly more bearable. You know, like the last one I had time to get like a drink or like go to the toilet, but for this you know, it's oh look, we're already done. And finish. That was significantly more bearable. So the slowest you can actually make a Seaglide go 100 meters is 14.02 seconds, which is 7.1 meters per second and 26 kilometers per hour. That's still significantly fast. Faster than the man without any sort of items whatsoever. You know, naked. Great, let's move up a level. The Seamoth is everyone's favorite mobile vehicle. It also just happens to be the most affordable mobile home sold by Larry's Wet Rentals. But how fast does it go? Well, the Seamoth is big. So, unlike the Seaglide, we'll measure its speed over a longer distance, say about 200 meters. This is because the vehicle takes time to get up to its top speed. Once the vehicle reaches the 100 meter mark, we're going to start the timer. Okay, ready? Go! And finish. Well, it seems the Seamoth can complete a 100-meter swim in about 8.47 seconds. This means that the vehicle can move 11.8 meters per second and 42 kilometers per hour. Wow, that is very fast. Now, let's step it up even further. The Cyclops is the largest vehicle in Subnautica, and along with its massive size, it has a huge variety of functions, including 3 different possible speeds: a head slow, a head standard, and a head flank. And we made this test much like the Seamoths, with the full distance being about 200 meters. So we can give the Cyclops an extra couple meters to get up to its top speed. And here we check the times for both the slow speed and the standard speed, leading to 100 meters finished in 14.4 seconds and 11.02 seconds respectively. And then of course we also tried the flank speed, which was a bit dangerous. Oof. Luckily, nobody was hurt, and the fire was safely extinguished, and so the resulting time for the head flank speed was about 19.25 seconds. Definitely pretty fast, though not nearly as fast as the Seamoth. But after the ahead flank test, I was curious. How long until the Cyclops spontaneously combusts from using the ahead flank speed setting? So I tried it, and yeah, nothing really happened. I mean, there was an engine fire, and smoke was everywhere, which probably isn't great for your lungs, but the Cyclops never took any damage at all. Eventually, we just put out the fire, because the blinking red lights, the siren, and the smoke was kind of annoying. Extinguished. But it does seem a bit weird, right? That an engine fire wouldn't cause any damage to the Cyclops at all? What would the point of the health bar even be? It's almost as if someone used the invincibility console command when filming, and then just completely forgot about it when writing and editing the video. I mean, if that were the case, then surely there will be other evidence, right? Though I can't seem to find any. Okay, and now we have our final vehicle, the famous Prawn suit. This sleek-looking exosuit can go on both land and sea. So, we tested its speed on both, of course. And in order to do this, we prepared some straight paths using foundations for the Prawn suit to run on. And go! Okay, and the results were 13.31 seconds underwater and 13.21 seconds on the surface, which is about the same. Now, great, we're finished, right? Well, not quite. The prawn suit actually has one more speedy way to move around: the grappling arm. These arms allow the prawn suit to drastically increase its movement speed. And so, we wanted to see how fast the prawn suit could actually move using these grappling arms. And of course, we tested them both underwater and on the surface. Now, when you attach a grappling arm to a reinforcement, the grappling arm never detaches. So here we attach the grappling arms to be directly next to the finish line beacon. And we're gonna wind back a bit. Okay. And now let's check the speed. In 3, 2, 1, go! Finish. All right, let's see a replay of that 100-meter mark to the finish. Wow, this still seems crazy fast. So the grappling arm finished 100 meters underwater in 1.37 seconds, while the grappling arm on the surface finished in 1.04 seconds, which resulted in 263 kilometers per hour underwater and 346 kilometers per hour on the surface. Quite fast. That's about the same as high-speed rail. Can we chain these prawn seats together or something? Now here, let's take a look at the chart one more time. Here are all the top speeds of both the man and the vehicles in Subnautica. And the fastest, of course, was, the prawn suit surface grappling arms. Amazing. If you'd like to take a closer look at this chart, you can find it on my Patreon, where you can also find various Patreon exclusive videos as well. Though, now that I'm looking at the speed of some of these vehicles, we might need to implement some rules for the safety of our housing buyers. Alright, all we have to do is grapple to this bit right here, and then just walk backward a bit, straight, you know, like a tightrope. Don't stray too far to one side, please. Stop! Shit. Alright, back up, let's go at it again. Take 5.